burnt it down. Y'all don't want to miss it. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to a Victor Morrow, the Morrow Report. Dope ass show, and I'm not saying it because he on my network. I would say that anywhere. Me, Knox, Rocka, Morrow, we got two more, Rasul, DJ Rasul, and I forgot the other brother name. We finna take over the universe, man. And hey Victor, I never gave you one of these, but I got to give you your first one. Victor Morrow, since you've been clowning me in the chat room, had everybody laughing, even though it was funny.
Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
That's your first one, man. Well, hey, check out Victor Morrow, y'all. Dope information, dope content. Monday morning, the #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern is going to burn it down at 10 a.m. Hey, you see he a dope brother, mad conversation, good brother. Hey, y'all going to love it, man. I'm telling y'all. And back to my list. #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern. No, he ain't watching no goddamn blowouts. I don't give a damn what he say. I'm going to hit this list again. We started off. We're going to continue the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The number 9 was Bengals in the 80s. The number 8 was the 70s Oilers with Earl Campbell. The number 7 was the Purple People Eaters of the 70s with the Vikings, 4 Super Bowls. Number 6 is the 90s Kansas City Chiefs. They had tons of talent. Tamarick Vanover, Derek Thomas, Neil Smith, Percy Snow, Deron Cherry. First time on show, he said he would watch something. And this dude, Victor Morrow, comedian extraordinaire. See, he even got jokes on his show. Kansas City Chiefs, man, they had a ton of talent. They even had Joe Montana at the end of his career. They just couldn't get over the top. Kansas City Chiefs is number 6 on the list. Next up on the list, Pro Bowl. Now it's what he won't watch. See, this dude Victor Morrow is killing me in the chat room. Cayete. This team right here, Hall of Fame wide receiver, 2 Hall of Fame wide receiver, big time another Pro Bowl wide receiver, big time Pro Bowl running back, multifaceted, several quarterbacks, starting with whack ass Brad Johnson, whack ass Jim McMahon. They had Warren Moon. They had Randall Cunningham, Randy Moss, Chris Carter. The 90s Vikings are number 5 on my list. What's good? And we got a new celebrity in the building. My home girl from Selma, Alabama. I got Denise milking cookies in the food. And let me finish this section of the list. We got as much time as we want, actually. But I only gonna do this for a little more. We got a whole lot of more. And number 4 team on my list is the McNabb Eagles of the 90s. They had Westbrook, they had McNabb, they had Fred X Whack-Ass, James Thrash, a.k.a. James Trash. Who was another company of Boston? They had Weapon X, a.k.a. B-Dog, Hugh Douglas out there. They had a whole lot of talent, but for whatever reason, they continued to run into these buzzsaws that eventually went to the Super Bowl. They lost 4 NFC championship games, went to 1 Super Bowl, lost to the great New England Patriots. But McNabb and his Eagles, he can never get over the hump. They are number 4. You see my man Victor Morrow still trying to make that we know why you do radio instead of TV. You don't watch your own shit. And it's okay, Victor Morrow. I'm telling you. Victor Morrow, he never had no jokes last night on the show, but I see he got a bunch of them today. That's all right, Vic. You know what? Fuck the Giants. Just for that. And fuck you and Chief Rocker. Fuck that. Fuck. You know what? Victor Morrow. I ain't want to do this, but I gotta. You my boy, so I gotta give you this.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
How about that, Victor Morrow? Hey, man. Well, for real, as you see, the brothers that built for this network, we have a whole lot of fun with each other. Come be part of the fun. I'm telling y'all, it's what's up. Fuck the Raiders and the Bears. Damn, Chief Rock, I ain't only said fuck one of your teams, man. How you gonna act, man? You know what? Fuck the Knicks then. How about that, Chief Rock? Back to the show. I had a whole lot of foolishness going on. Now, where was I at? Oh, okay. I'm talking about Kenny Stills, man. Kenny Stills stepped up for the culture, man. He stepped up for the community. You cannot be, you cannot straddle the fence. And Kenny Stills definitely stood up for the culture with that. And this is some more stuff that I want to go into. And we are going to go into this football segment. I'll take a break and get me a little sippy sip of Widnada. If y'all don't know what that means, that's Chicago. I'm going to drink me some water because my throat dry. All right, with the number one Chief Rock Jerry Sprint. I'll let you go.
Come on. We will win. Because we will hit all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. Come on now. We will win. Because we are the best on the field. And we hit the field like all day light, all night light, on the blue light, offense light, defense light, his squad light, house call light, and it sound light, and it sound light, and it sound light.
All right. You know, this is the football section of the End of the Bench podcast. This is probably my favorite section. Football has always been my favorite sport. Y'all heard me and my man, the number one Chief Rock and Jersey Vern, and my main man, Victor Monroe, jabbing at me. Man, it's all in fun. We having a good time on here. Victor Monroe should have been on here, man. I like people talking crazy to me in the chat room. Keep it coming, Vic. My man D Great and the rest of the Cowboy Nations are in peril again. They continue to pick these guys who having these issues with performance-enhancing drugs or street-level drugs. This one guy, he was suspended this week for a masking agent, and this holdout with Zeke continues to go on. This is why I keep telling y'all, stop asking these young men and women to take discounts to fit up under this fictitious thing called a salary cap, because the salary cap is not a real thing, people. The salary cap is something that is created by these rich billionaires to create financial empathy from the fans. Me and Chief Rocker could argue till the cows come home about ball, but I know one thing: Chief Rocker is not finna tell Lawrence Taylor or none of the other brothers on the Giants to take a pay cut so the Morrow family and those people can continue to make money. I'll take a pay cut if you mother suckers give the fans a discount. Are the hats gonna be cheaper? Are the t-shirts gonna be cheaper? Are the jerseys gonna be cheaper? No, they are not. So why are you asking this man who's putting his life in jeopardy, who you've already boxed into a position to not maximize his ability to earn, and you want him to take a pay cut? This is foolishness. This is tomfoolery, as my grandfather used to say. It's tomfoolery. Stop asking these young brothers to take pay cuts when ain't nobody giving them a break under no circumstances. Like I said, me and Chief Rocker, we can argue all day. It's what we do. When you're a true sports fan, you argue your point and you have a good time with it. But there is no arguing giving a billionaire discount. People stop with that. Now that I get mad about for real. You know, I'm going to yell and scream, and me and Chief Rocker going to yell and scream about some sports. But again, we're not disagreeing on this issue. You mean to tell me when you tell if you tell a athlete to take less money for the betterment of the team, let me ask you this. Wherever you work at, if they walked up to you and say, hey man, you know, we're going to have some business cuts, and Margaret, an accountant, we're going to have to fire her if you don't take an extra $75 off your check this week. You going to tell them, hey man, fuck Margaret. Margaret better get a side job because her ass is fired. It's not going down. Damn, Chief, you just can't let him talk about the Giants like that. Call him again. Look at Victor Monroe, a.k.a. Don King. That's what you're gonna have to put Victor Monroe channel, a.k.a. Don King, at the end of his name. But seriously, stop telling these young dudes to do that. That's unreasonable. That is not sensible. You wouldn't do that at your job, and please stop asking them to do it at their job. Look, we want our teams to win Super Bowls. We definitely want our teams to win a Super Bowl, but we cannot want our teams to win a Super Bowl at the expense of somebody else's pocket. They making millions though, HRap. Damn that. Give them their money because you are a billionaire. Billionaire. You are a billionaire. Do not be asking millionaires to give you a break. Another thing, Tom Brady in this bull jab about he gonna play till he's 45. First of all, I'm finna set it out here right now. Is Tom Brady one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen? Yes, he is. Is Antonio Brown one of the greatest receivers we've ever seen? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Without a doubt. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, haters and bitter friends, what I want y'all to understand is this. These players today are not as talented as the players of yesteryear. That is not player, dude, get off my lawn. I'm the old man tripping on young boys. No, I'm not. I still love football as much as the next guy. But you cannot tell me that Tom Brady has faced the fierce pressure of a Bruce Smith, of a Derek Thomas, of a Greg Lloyd, and guys of that ilk trying to knock you out of the game. You can't even tackle a quarterback and fall on him anymore. So that's why you can play the 45. The reason Joe Montana had to leave, because they was putting a whooping on him. The reason vastly overrated Steve Young had to leave football, because they were putting a whooping on him. The reason Joe Theismann left football, because LT went upside his head. The reason, what's his name, Jaws from the Philadelphia Eagles left football is because Lawrence Taylor put so much fear in him that Lawrence Taylor took a playoff. They gave him a breather, and he didn't see Lawrence Taylor on the field. He called a timeout because he was scared that Lawrence Taylor was going to put a whooping on his head. He's not a punk. He's not a coward. But when you playing under that type of pressure, it's a different football game. When Antonio Brown and a lot of these receivers break up the middle of the field, there used to be a Merton Hanks, a Tim McDonald, a Ronnie Lott, a Ed Reed, a Troy Polamalu, a Ryan Clark, a Steve Atwater there to knock your jersey off your back. But that doesn't happen anymore. That's why you get all these big-time plays. No disrespect to these dudes, because you still have to be great to be in the NFL. But when you compare 100 catches today to 100 catches when Chris Carter had to do it, 100 catches to when Jerry Rice had to do it, Tim Brown, Michael Irvin had to do it, it was a different situation. So, whereas Bob Sanders, exactly, Joe, it was a different situation. I'm not disrespecting these dudes because they're only playing within the rules that they have. Tom Brady is great, but I don't give a damn what you tell me. I know my man RC in the room, and if I'm wrong, RC gonna correct me. Tom Brady could not play in the 80s because that is the flinchingest quarterback I've ever seen and supposed to be an all-time great. That's why Ray Lewis, and early in his career, people like Greg Lloyd, and my man, I can't think his name. He just got fired from the Steelers, linebacker coach, Joey Porter, that's his name. Joey Porter, they used to wreak havoc against him. He ain't faced the pressure that John Elway faced. He didn't have to deal with Neil Smith and Derek Thomas. He didn't have to deal with Cornelius Bennett and Bruce Smith. He didn't have to deal with Charles Mann and Charles Haley. Dexter Manley and Charles Haley. He didn't have to deal with my man number 92 from the Giants, I can't think his name, and Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks on the other side. He didn't have to deal with that. Elway, Montana, they had to deal with that, and they still, shout out to Nas, excelled and prevailed. Shout out to Nas. You know I had to show up. You got to get some love, Nas. So, whereas he's a great player under these conditions, please don't compare the great Tom Brady to John Elway, Warren Moon, or Joe Montana, the dudes who I think are the all-time great players at their position. The best three players I've ever seen is Joe Montana first, Warren Moon second, and John Elway third. Yeah, John Elway has more accomplished in the NFL realm than Warren Moon, but Warren Moon, he didn't have to deal with that racism, so you automatically get bumped down. And if Warren Moon had the background that John Elway had, he too would have 5 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl championships because he had 5 great cuts. I ain't trying to hear. This is the topic that I'm on top of this week. This is my weekly rant, even though my show sounds like 1 3-hour rant. This is my weekly rant. The weekly rant starts off with this. Stop telling me we are here. Me, number one Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern. Victor Morrow said he finna get back in sports, and if we get somebody else, our job is to educate you